Hello, and welcome to We Hate Skill Windows, a podcast about reviewing manhwa that are power fantasies and also hating skill windows, except we haven't really hated on skill windows in a while. I'm Rai,
Mm, I'm Chris.
and today we review Boundless Necromancer. Boundless Necromancer is about a necromancer with no bounds. Well, yeah, basically. He has no real cap, I guess. There's this guy. I I'm gonna mispronounce the Korean name, so I'm just gonna say MC. He's your run of the mill like F class hunter type of no talent. Apparently, he's like tried to take the exam for like years and years, and he's just never passed. Just considered the worst of everything. Uh, Despite that, he tries real hard, but people are like, "Nah, screw you. You're talentless. Get out of here." So one day though, he gets like a invitation to the Tower of Trials, I believe it's called. I've already forgotten what it's called, so I hope that's right. My brain might be deceiving me.
Yeah,
Uh right? That was
that's
it?
right. Yeah, that's right.
Okay, cool. So the Tower of Trials sucks him into a different dimension or something. I don't know. The world itself already has powers and portals, so it's weird that then it takes you into a different world with powers and portals, and apparently every player's stats are like reset to before they awakened or something. Like something like that. But that doesn't explain anything because if this is a trial, sure, yes, but like that would imply this is a video game or something. But you can also die. If you die there, you still die IRL. So I don't know. Do we treat it as a game? Do we treat it as just reality? Do we hate on the skill windows more because of it? I don't know. But he gets taken to that place, and as usual, he's presented with three choices of difficulty, and RMC's wants to be stronger at any cost. He chooses hard, and as usual, less people choose hard. That would only make sense. And but harder gives you better rewards. And this brings me to a point. Not to break the recap entirely, but the format of this show is arguable. If you were stuck in this type of reality, Chris, would you choose hard or would you just do easy? Say the setting is that, you're also in IRL, you've just maybe you did awaken, but you're like a C rank hunter at best.
Well, then I'd choose easy.
You choose easy? Really?
So it depends on if I was like, I guess it depends
If
on
you were
how
F
good
rank,
a
would you choose hard
skill.
though? Like,
Oh yeah, if I was African, I'd choose
really?
easy. Yeah.
You wouldn't choose easy just to like live better because you already know your shit?
Well, I mean, if you're in the Tower of Trials, like, it would depend on how sad I was. Like, if I wanted a better life, I would choose hard to try and get a better life. If I was already living like a comfy like C rank life, I'd be like, oh, screw it, easy.
Well,
Let's just get through this.
dang. I feel like if I was F rank, I would like probably choose like medium. You're like, okay, I want a challenge, but I don't want to die. I definitely wouldn't F rank choose hard. If I was like, D or C rank, I would probably choose hard. Because I'd be like, well, I'm not actually super well. I'm like doing decent, but I could do better. Let's just go for hard, knowing that like I have the aptitude. I don't know. This whole guy's thing is he doesn't think he's worth anything or his like talent isn't there. So I don't know, desperation or something. But yeah, he goes through a bunch of trials and he gets really OP. Skills that he gains in the tower can be translated to IRL. And he becomes super, super OP and becomes like one of the nation's best hunters ish. He also fights people from other worlds that invade his reality. And that's about it. Uh, let's point out something. It is, I think, at least produced by Redeye Studios.
Yeah, I think it's drawn by them too.
I feel like it's drawn by them, yeah? It's got
It's
that
so
feeling.
good. It's got
Let's agree here. Art's gonna be a 10, isn't it?
oh my god, yeah. It's so I'm watching it and it's like
The poses are insane. The fights are really good. He's got such a good like MC vibe to him, you know? Oh, it's good. Also, yeah, let's tackle the elephant in this comic, I guess. Uh, Sort of similar to solo leveling, this man's unique trait is necromancy. Now, it's not full I summoned your soul necromancy, even though he does do that later. Uh, it's more like people you kill, you can absorb their stats. So it's like passive ish. He gains other abilities later, but his main thing is like everyone he kills, players, humans, creatures, whatever, uh, he can absorb their soul and permanently convert it to stats. Or he can absorb the souls and just like keep them and then convert them later when he needs to like regen or refill mana or something. Yeah, sort of convenient.
yeah.
But yes, at some point he does summon the dead and create skeletons. But he never does like the solo leveling thing where it's just like full flesh monsters. At least not yet. I'm feeling it'll happen at some point. But yeah, Redice did good. It's visually stunning. Yeah, did you have any complaints? Did we want to shit on this one for having skill windows? Even though
I
it
think
really is IRL?
I think
You want to
it
talk about
falls
this
into my
one also
alright.
requiring points to buy food? And then you see him buy food like once and never again.
Does he buy food with the points
He
actually?
does. He opens
Oh
up the
yeah, that's
point
the
shop for the
thing.
first. It's always the first time they open it up
Yeah.
and they're like, "Oh, even water costs money." And then the next panel is him like chewing on beef jerky.
Yeah.
Damn, man was like, "I don't want water. Beef jerky will do. My saliva will be my tea." Yeah, the point shop doesn't. Well, so yeah, so he goes back to the real world first time, because he discovers at some point that he can go back to the real world from the tower, but only for like a few days at a time. But he goes back and he sells the equipment that he got in the tower for real money,
Mm.
and I guess apparently because the quality is decent, he gets money for it.
Mm.
But like, he's not the only one in the tower. How, what's stopping someone from just like going to the tower and being like, all right, my objective on easy is to just buy as many weapons or gear as I can and just put them all in my inventory and go back to the free market and I'll sell it all. That would crash it so hard. But you know what?
Yeah.
No one's doing it. He just gets away with selling like swords and stuff. Also, let's talk about his sword. He changes it later, so it doesn't matter. But his like starting sword, the one with the 10% chance to paralyze on hit,
Mm.
you know the one I'm talking about?
Yeah.
The design. It's a cool design. I feel like the sword would like not be good in combat though. This is bad to explain on a podcast where people cannot see what I'm referring to. But if you go to like the early chapters of this, it's the sword that he gets in particular where he's fighting a whole bunch of people. And it the whole logic with it is like I don't remember which chapter he gets it. It's the early ones, like pre chapter 30 ish. And he's got the sword. It's sword dagger, half sword. It's like not long enough to be a sword, but it's also pretty long to not be a dagger. Short sword is what they call him. Yeah, it's the thing that Sun Jin Woo uses, right?
Yes.
Wow, maybe they were doing something like, ooh, alluding to their previous comic. Maybe. I don't know. Um, but it's got like a dagger in the center. And then it's like got a longer blade that's like welded around it, but the middle is like not filled in. It feels flimsy, would it not be? You know? I don't know anything about metal structure integrity or how swords hit things, but purely based on watching some of those like uh, the like the like metal forging competitions that are on YouTube, like uh here we have three blacksmiths from across the country, and in the next 3 hours they'll be making a blade and we're gonna test it, and whoever wins money, you know. Watched
No.
Critical react to some of those. uh it's sort of bizarre and sort of laughable. A lot of them look like they definitely just started this as a hobby and did not expect to be on the show. And then they go and like they make a blade, and half of the time the blade looks cool, and then the guy's like, "All right, now I'm gonna swing it against this like chainmail vest, and just like dents itself super hard." And then he just keeps going until the blade's just completely ruined. And then he like rates it like on durability or on like sharpness and stuff. And it's always like, dang, you clearly it's not doing well. But I guess that's the logic of the show. But yeah, despite the sword being a little weird to me, it's everything else is decently fine. Did you think he deserved to win against the first invasion challenger? Because I feel like he shouldn't have.
A hard question,
The
honestly.
night guy.
Yeah. I. Mm, I
Cause
think it
like he's in
was.
full armor.
Yeah.
He got the 10% lucky chance.
It seems like he attacked him a bunch. So one of the things I was wondering was like 10% is like
Okay, wait, that's
like
another gripe actually. How is it that things here are supposed to be random, but every ability he gets increases his attack speed and speed?
yeah.
Why is his why is the tower itself just giving him attack speed and speed?
It did say that he was the chosen one.
There's quite a few chosen ones though. Like, well, later on you get more, yeah. But like early on, he's just a pioneer, and I know the
Yeah.
pioneers get like better bonuses and unique stuff. But like his skill is necromancy. I would have expected him to get like skills that could support the traditional like summoning route. He even chose the summoning route. And despite that, they've given him one skill that raises skeletons, and they're very weak skeletons. So like,
Yeah.
it's weird. He's
I'm
just
still
an
gonna like call it
assassin.
necromancy. He is just an assassin.
He's an assassin that uses skeletons to like distract people. It's weird.
He like blows up his own blood like a bomb.
Yeah,
It's
he's also very
weird.
like fearless, does not care. He will blow up his own body if he can get a hit in. But he also has restoration powers as an assassin and a summoner for some reason. Uh, the tower's
But
not this nice to everyone. In fact, most
yeah,
people
for
don't have
sure.
the ability to just heal like a torn off limb, but he can.
Yeah. He can go entire torn off limb. It's kind of crazy.
Yeah, in fact, we see later on as one of the characters gets an arm cut off, and it doesn't go back. Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah.
But the MC is like, oh, hey, let me give me a second, and then he just like regens an arm. He's OP, too OP. Did you like it where the training center guy tried to do like the traditional like Chinese manhua thing? to
He
screw
was
with
like,
him
I'm
for the
gonna
test.
screw you over for no
Yeah,
reason.
director, set up the hardest test you can. And
Yeah.
even though he set up
Bitch.
the hardest test, the MC chose the hardest test anyway. So, what do you even mean by setting up the hardest test?
Yeah,
It,
honestly.
there was no rigging really, because the hardest test was easy to the MC anyway, but I don't know.
And he's like, just in case I screwed with your sword, so you utterly
Oh
fail.
yeah, that's true. He did screw with the sword. That's true. But like, I didn't. I honestly, I expected them to just be like, all right, hand punch, grab heart from bird, rip out heart, done. Like, I don't need a weapon. But
Yeah.
instead, MC's like, no, 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 we gotta be cool with it. We'll stab the bird with the broken sword and be like, ah, oops, oopsie. It looks like the sword was too short. But yeah, it was a funny little trope. And then he punched him. It's good. Good punch.
Hmm.
You want to rate it?
Yeah, let's rate it.
Alrighty. First up, it's the R score. What would you like to give it, Chris?
Yeah, it's probably a 10. This thing was insane.
Oh, that's crazy. I'm gonna agree with you. It's also a 10 for me. What can we say? These scores will never be terribly low. Until we come across one that's worse somehow. Number one, it's Redice. Number two, it's good. Redice doesn't always do good. Huh. Just seven face Choco. Huh. Uh, but they did good here. Something about the red and black aesthetic. It's one that I aspire to do more IRL with as well. Those are some of my favorite colors. But he's got such a flair, and prior to him wearing the red suit that he wears for like the rest of the series after getting it in like chapter 30 or so, he just wears all black. It's very nice. Just aesthetic all around.
Yeah.
And then his abilities are all like red. It's good contrast. Good contrast, and then like his movement abilities are all blue. It's nice. I feel like they color coded it good.
Yeah. He also has blue eyes, which is
Yeah, Koreans, Uh, something about after the war. I
I
think
don't
you
know
had said
if I
something
don't
about that, right?
no, they could have like brown hair. I don't know if they could have blue
Oh,
eyes.
okay. But like jeans, maybe. I don't have the knowledge of that. The
Oh,
story.
apparently it
Oh,
is not that hard actually. It's
not
apparently
that
fifty
uncommon.
fifty. Yeah.
Hold on. Let
If
me look
you're
up
if
Koreans
you
with
marry
blue.
someone who
Korean with blue eyes. Oh, they do exist, huh? The heck? Huh. I don't know if half of these are AI anymore or real. That's the issue. AI has made it hard to tell. Huh. Interesting. I Oh god. Then I got found one of these articles. It's gonna be a little bit tangent. Uh just tell you the article link. Oh no. This blonde, blue-eyed Brazilian man had 10 surgeries on his eyes to look more Asian. Check out the results below. Oh no. Oh. He had 10 surgical procedures only on his eyes to make him look more Asian. I guess he got there as a transfer student, just really liked it. Uh, I mean, he does sort of look more Asian. He also looks very plastic, but uh, I think we've seen stories like that before, though. I don't doubt it. Oh, and then I just scroll down further. After searching in on Google Korean with blue eyes, I also see blue eyes white dragon in Korean. Incredible. The best Korean representation. Yeah, the story though, I don't know. I'm biased. I like the story. Now, is it sort of BS? Yes. Uh, like, what's with him gaining divine power, first of all? And second of all, he's too OP. He's getting too many skills that benefit him and no skills that really are bad. Because he has the ability somehow to combine skills. And you would think that combined skills would, like, be similar to the things that they combined into. It's like a 50-50. He combined like two skills early on, and it turned into like a completely different skill. And then he combined two other skills, and it just became a stronger version of one skill. Starting to feel like they just go, oh, well, if you turn this into this, it'll become this, I guess.
Well, yeah, he gets this. Why not?
And then he got the counter shield, and then all was good in the world. You know, the ability I'm talking about?
Yeah, the thing that turns into a sword later.
Yeah. Isn't that cool? That's cool. Always like you know, I'm gonna block with my shield, and now, like 3 seconds later, I'll release all the damage you dealt as a damage source. It's the fun. It's the fun. It's like the one game I bought on Steam. I don't remember what it is anymore. Hold on. Brain won't let go until I find it. It's a roguelike. One Step from Eden.
Oh,
I don't. Did you ever play it? You did,
I
right?
think I played it a couple times. Yeah.
Hey, you've got 2 hours played on the game. Congrats. Yeah, One Step from Eden has a character who has a shield, and a lot of their abilities just belong to like taking hits so you can hit back later. That's a hard game. Really, really hard. Can't play it often. It's like when I tried to stream Necrodancer, and then it was just like an hour of me getting destroyed. I was like, okay, maybe I don't stream this game anymore. Maybe I don't stream the games that I'm actually bad at. Because then I just get more demoralized. But the story is, yeah, it's
Where?
it's yeah, it exists. I'll give it like a, I'll give it like a 7, I guess. I mean, it's sort of streamlined, right? So he's just going through the tower. Well, you go through level 1, level 2, level 3, level 4, level 5. You know, he's just going up the tower. It it's basically like if you've read one of those tower traveling stories, it's really the same thing. He's just going up the tower. Sure, he goes back to the IRL world a few times and does some other stuff, but he really doesn't do anything huge. It's setting up to something bigger, but doesn't really do anything right now. What's your verdict?
Mm, nice. So in the beginning, he has this sob story where his parents were killed, and he's like, I
Oh
vow
yeah, and
vengeance
then you
on
like
all the
never hear about it
monsters.
again,
I'll kill them all.
and then
I'm
he just
like,
becomes
okay.
obsessed with power and doesn't talk about it anymore.
Yeah. The story, it's like shaping up into something. Um, I
And
don't
like
know.
recently, we had the whole chapter where like he gazes into his past self or future self, I guess.
Yeah, that was
That was
a
neat.
yeah.
I also like that he like kept remnants of that. That's cool. Because usually you see that and the MC's like, I'll never be like that. But this time he was like, well, hold on. I'm actually already that. You don't usually have an MC who like can't actually stop being a murderer ish.
Yeah.
You have MCs who just start out as murderers, don't get me wrong. There's plenty of psychotic MC characters out there. but they're already deranged. We're talking about a guy who tries his best to be righteous and somehow still strays.
I- What did you think about the fact that they started copying like the omniscient reader thing, where like, well, like the chat box of like the slightly divine people?
Oh, the iron-blooded administrator expresses awe at the action that you did.
Yeah.
The goblin that swallowed the whale expresses distrust. Yeah, that stuff.
Yeah.
I
I feel like
it it didn't happen enough that it made it annoying. You know how in the what's it called? Uh Regress to kill a constellation or whatever it's called. I forgot what it's called again.
oh the constellation that returns from hell.
I think so. I believe that's it. It's the one with the tigers. No, Return of the Shattered Constellation. It's the one where like he adopts like the tiger path. We did review this one, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, in that one, the gods or whatever comment like every 5 seconds. Almost every panel has him talking with the gods. The gods are literally looking as he like takes a shit. That one annoys me because it's like excessive. Now, did I rate it as excessive? I swear, I hope I did. Otherwise, I'm just inconsistent. Uh, this one, it was doable. I feel like there were a lot of unnecessary bits. Okay, we get, that you're popular. We know that there's like 10 gods watching you. Can you just like turn them off?
Yeah.
And like at some point he's like, guys, I'm only gonna accept the next 3 authorities or whatever.
Yeah.
Like, but I don't know. It's weird. It just feels weird. He's clearly very popular. Also, what he like makes a contract with one of them, and then doesn't he make a contract with another one?
Yeah. Like the
Even
flower
though
lady.
like you're technically not supposed to, I think.
No, apparently as you level up you gain like additional contractor slots.
Oh, really? I could have sworn you just like did it really fast, but I could have skipped it.
Yeah, you
Also,
got additional.
also he. This is just a gripe about the powers again. It's got the thing where like if he absorbs a particular soul, he may have the chance to gain one of their skills. it
It says in the game the chance is 20%, but against every like major villain it's
Every
100%.
big character he gains one of their skills, it's usually their main skill. Well, except he
Yeah.
didn't get like the true sight chi from the one Mirim guy. He gained like sword control, sword chi or wave. He can get to go Tensho or whatever the fuck Ichigo does. He can do that. But yeah, it it's like they added it there to be like, well, you see, he absorbs like a few hundred souls a day, but he only gets it from these people. It's actually quite rare. But like, it's all the people that have good stuff.
Yeah.
Feels less random and more like we put that in there so you wouldn't get confused or annoyed that he's getting cool powers, but we're just putting it in there so we can push the cool powers and call it a day. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. What's the end all verdict?
Uh, I mean, between like the random power-ups, the kind of like the borrowing from other genres, the the random nationalistic arc.
Oh, there's always one, you know? You know there has to be one.
It has to be.
And it's
It's
always
classic.
Korean and Japan, I feel.
I know,
And
right?
it's like, oh yeah, so you're like you're asking for help from us, the Koreans. I thought you hated us.
Earlier there is there's these Japanese hunters who are like, it was bothering me that I kept saying that Korea was a powerful nation. I'm like, why do you include this dialogue
uh,
in your work, author? Like, why do you
if
why do you
if we
do
write
this?
one, we have to make the characters racist AF. It's only fair.
I'm just like you
The Americans show up
chose
in the
to
story
put this
after we
into
have
your
like a
work.
Korean MC. Clearly, it's like a cowboy and like a football player or something. Uh,
Mhm.
just super
Uh,
racist. It's like the which one? Oh, was that that was Luigi, wasn't it? Like the yellow monkeys should crawl on the floor or something. It was like some
yeah,
horrific statement by the European player.
yeah.
Man, everyone's just always super racist. And then everyone's like, Korea, the best Korea. And then somehow the rest of the world is like Korea, that piss poor country with shit hunters. And then it's always like a my country's not bad. Yours actually sucks after I beat up all your strongest people.
Yeah.
Yeah. Can you fault them? Well, actually, I was gonna say can you fault them, but like then thinking about it more, you think Korea on a global stage is like treated like shit? I don't think it is.
I don't
Could be
think it is
wrong.
either.
I
I
feel
think
like North Korea complicates things, but like not to the point where South Korea itself as a nation is like treated so badly that the readers or the people living within it just feel the need to be super nationalistic. Surely, right? But like I can understand China doing it, sort of, because China's way more nationalistic in like media and education.
yeah, they're stuck in
I
the
don't know
middle.
about Korea. South Korea could have nationalistic undertones as well.
They do. Every time
They do.
if you've ever seen like K-pop survival shows, sometimes they bring in like foreigners,
Mm.
and it's not a good time.
Why do they say like recite the Korean national anthem, otherwise you get disqualified or something? Like, what do you
No,
mean?
you'll just see like the show broadcaster will incite like random racial tensions. They're like, it'll be the Koreans versus the rest of them,
Oh.
and then it'll be like uh, just some series of like I don't know, all the Koreans winning
Isn't
or
that just the
something.
racist, not
I think
nationalistic?
they just
Because I know
I
like
think really
Asia
like
is like generally pretty xenophobic towards like
yeah,
other
Asia
cultures.
in general is.
Yeah, you go to China, even as like a AVC type, you just get treated like shit. And they see you and they're like, "You're not from here. Get the fuck out of here."
No, you can usually pass until
Have
your
to
accent
talk to
starts showing.
people.
Yeah.
Yeah, you ever try to go on the
Uh,
subway and they're like, "Oh, hey, like, where are you going?" And you're like, "Hmm." Google Translate. Google Translate. Here.
yeah.
And they just stare at you like you're some sort of like otherworldly creature. I almost wish like I could go to China and just like speak another language fluently. Like say I just like learn Japanese enough that I can like be somewhat fluent, and I can just pretend I'm Japanese or something. I don't know. It just feels worse knowing that like they look at you as if you should know this language.
I know, right? I feel like they treat like ABCs worse because they're like, so you were
It's like
raised,
you had the
your
ability to
parents
become
didn't
us,
teach you
but
Chinese.
you didn't. You learn like one
Yeah.
language and not the other.
English.
Like, how dare you? You know?
Yeah.
Yeah, that do be true, huh? It's not
Yeah.
my
I'm
fault.
like,
I know
I
dialect. I
think
just don't know Mandarin. Or no, I do know Mandarin, but it's like middle school at best. It's unfortunate.
ugh,
Yeah, but I have watched like videos from people as well. Um, you know, there's like YouTubers. They're like Emerichu and Ditus. They're like part of the Trash Taste family of creators, really, but also not. They're like Sea Dog VA's friends. They're also a couple. But anyway, they like recently moved to Japan, and I remember at some point, I think maybe it was on the Trash Taste podcast. Um, that was mentioned that one of them, because I think they're both not Japanese, but uh they were like getting something fixed in their home or something, and the Japanese like repairman looked at uh Emily, one of them, and was like talking to her because he assumed that she was Japanese, but she wasn't. She had to be like the foreign like sumimasen or whatever.
oh,
Uh yeah, so I think maybe if we we don't look Chinese, they can't do anything about us. They'll just be like that filthy foreigner.
no, there's honestly people in Asia in general are super polite in person. It's just online is toxic.
N- Well, yes and no. I've definitely like went to China in the past, and people have like made remarks. It's really like street stalls usually, but they'll like make remarks and assume you can't understand them. I'm just sitting there like,
Oh,
I can understand you. I just can't talk to you. Well, you know.
yeah, I had one driver call me stupid for not knowing Chinese. And like
Did
I
you
understand the
understand
word
that part?
stupid. Yeah, I'm like that's one of the words I know.
Oh, bang.
I was like, my mom has told me that to me before. I know what you're saying.
Yes, the traditional abuse cycle. 他好笨啊, or something. And you're like, I understand you. But like, how do you counter that? You really can't, right? You just
he was
pretend like you're
driving
a
me.
filthy
I was in a
foreigner.
taxi. I was
Yep.
like, I'm a
Mm-hmm.
taxi passenger. I don't.
Yep. You nod and you Google Translate some more. And that's how you go. So what are you giving the story?
It's a five.
Ooh, Chris did not like the story. Oh, actually, you've given stories worse. Five's like a decent score from you, I think. You usually don't go very high with your scores, I feel. Oh, characters. So there's the main character.
That's it.
There's also a mage from England or the States. I don't remember. I think it was England.
I think it's from the States.
There's yeah, she's got like a American sounding name. Uh Catherine Bennett, I think, or something. And then there's like the number one ranked in the server,
Yeah, he's like,
but he's weaker.
yeah.
The reality of it is called he doesn't have the Ash and Blood skill. That's literally it. If he had it, I think he would be a whole lot stronger. In fact, most people don't have free regen skills that came with you at like level 1.
Yeah, he got that as a random reward.
Random, they say. Random reward. You know full well if you went into a game like this and it was actually random, congrats, you gain the skill to clean windows 10 times faster. Like, it'd be the stupidest shit. You would not get a good. You just wouldn't.
Yeah.
Like your ability to fold clothing increases by 5% while wearing a goofy hat or something. Like it'd be stupid shit. Uh, that's just plot armor. That's what it is. But number one guy uses a big hammer and has like electric powers. It's sort of cool. But then you realize the MC has just every power and he's just cooler. And then there was like that mage guy. There was the Princess Sudi guy. He got his iconic red suit from. I guess Princess Sudi really gave him a suit. That suited him, haha. uh, is there anyone else? There was like a whole cast of people that he slaughtered
Yeah.
with pretty cool designs. All the like priests and shit.
Oh yeah, they were cool.
They were cool. They also only appeared for like no time at all and
Yeah.
got cut down.
Not even the literal god appeared for very long, which is kind of I don't
No, no,
know.
no, but he gained divine power, you see. Yeah, I don't know. Do we like the main character? I like the main character.
Cool.
I like him more now that he's like mind broken. Probably tells me something. I swear I'm not like the people who are like, Jinx, she's like me for real, for real. It's not like that. I just like seeing the characters like evolve through it, I think.
That's fair.
Like they encounter it, but they don't just immediately like wipe it away. Some characters it's like, oh, they go through a brief bout of insanity, and then they're like, okay, so I was saying, and like they just go snap back and like don't have like trauma. But this character clearly like cares about the fact that he's going crazy. He's actually trying to restrain himself. It's nice to see, is all.
I feel
Like he
like
could have easily just given in. It's like,
mhm.
okay, this is just me now. I slaughter everyone. But he actually had like enough moral ishness that he wanted to not do that. I felt like
Well,
that
he
was good.
didn't. He had an item that gave him like mental clarity.
He also had several skills that gave him mental clarity as well.
Oh no, those skills are disabled.
Were they?
There's
Oh,
just this one random item that he had that he stole earlier.
wait. Well, so that's during the trial though. I guess I'm talking about later when like
Oh,
the thing the parasite like invades his mind again. Like he actually tries
yeah.
to resist. It's crazy because like repower. Just go for it. Uh, that's true. It is stupid. Yeah. Uh, I like him. Let's give him. Let's give him an 8 out of 10. It's not a 10 because I still don't like how VS's random power selection was. Random skills do not just gear you towards a particular aspect. You don't get that lucky. You just you don't. Also, he has the ability to combo skills or combine them rather. I feel like I missed it when I read it again. Uh, do you remember, Chris? If other people have this ability, or is it just him?
So he got it off of the Halo for being a pioneer. So I'm
Hmm.
assuming the Thunder King
Also has
was
it,
at least. Well,
or
you could choose between three skills. One of them was the
yeah,
combining. One of them was this other thing, and the other one was this other like really bad thing.
monk,
But I don't know.
what monk, ruler, and soldier? I think
Probably something like that.
something like
Yeah.
that. He was like monk sucks, and then soldier is like decent. I was like, no, I'm going for ruler. Why did ruler give him? Wait, why would ruler give him combine?
I don't know.
You know, yeah. Why would choosing the summoning path of necromancy give him more speed related skills? I don't
Yeah,
know.
it's a very poor. I feel like the naming schemes are kind of they're either mistranslated or very
No,
poorly
no.
thought
Even
out.
the icon like was like more like skeleton. I feel like it
Yeah,
was definitely like meant to be like, will you go down the summoning tree or will you go down like a more mixed path? It was like summoning, yes. And he proceeded to get like 2 more movement abilities.
yeah, and he's got like the weakest summons ever. And it's just like
Yeah, it's
they're
not
never
like other
relevant.
things where like sometimes you get weak summons but they can like level up or something. He just gets perpetually weak summons. They're like level 1
Yeah,
skeletons and he can't make them stronger. Eventually, I'm sure. I'm sure eventually he'll like gain the ability, to like, oh, and now my summons take the form of the person that I killed or something. And then at that point, he's just a proper good old necromancer. But right now, calling him a necromancer is not quite right. It's like they were like, we don't want to be like solo leveling. So what if he absorbs the essence? Oh, but like he doesn't actually summon anything. I don't think he's really a necromancer, is he? Just
not
like a
really.
warlock or
Yeah,
something?
yeah, something of that nature.
He's
Closer
really
to a
not.
vampire than he is a necromancer.
Vampire, that's true. Well, later on he really is a vampire. Huh.
Yeah,
Ay. What is your character score verdict?
well, you know, it's like
A 6? Damn.
yeah.
Alright, this is the most important score. How many skill windows out of 10?
Mm, I don't know.
Do we hate it? I don't love it.
I- Yeah, I feel like I'm getting slightly numb to it from seeing so many skill windows, but honestly, seeing the skill windows in general is just it's not like a very I
You
don't want to
do
say
you do get desensitized to it, we'll say.
yeah,
The more I read, the more I see skill windows, the more I'm like, ah yes, just a square of text.
yeah, it's just text.
Yep.
But
And it's just exposition. It's yep.
oh wait, in the beginning, it's literally like the first panel, gates, monsters, kill. Then the next panel, I will
Yes,
avenge my
correct.
parents, and then the story starts.
Correct. That's how all of them start.
Ugh.
One day, gates opened above Seoul, and from it outpoured monsters that we've never seen before. Suddenly, people awakened special powers within them that allowed them to fight these monsters. These people were named hunters, and
This one didn't even have that part. We just
yeah, but he still applies for his hunter license.
yeah,
So it still has it. They just like glossed over that part, I guess.
yeah.
Yeah. Yep. What can we say? It's a little cliche. Uh, I'll give it like a. We really didn't like it. We didn't really like it.
Yeah. Mm,
I'll give it a. We didn't really enjoy that out of 10. That'll be good
yeah.
enough. Oh, it's going off the screen. That's fine. So the final score, if I can do math, which I can't, so we're gonna just look up on Google, is a 10 plus a 7 plus a 6 of a 30. Ah, yes, this also feels like a familiar score. 7.66.
Yeah.
Yeah, that feels familiar.
Like
Pretty high score,
yeah,
honestly.
it is.
There's a lot more that we've given like 6 and 5s. A
Yeah.
lot of them become 6.33, I feel.
Yeah.
Yep. Alright, it's your choice, I think. You get to
Oh,
plunge us into something fun.
Alright, let's see. Do we want
Last
to
time we did
create...
Taming Master, but you know, that was fun, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
We can even choose a new one. There's some new ones that came out. I don't have that many chapters
Please?
though.
Yeah. Mm.
Again, just to remind you, you don't have to choose on Asura. We could always go somewhere else. Go on the webtoons.
And write one of like the romance power fantasies.
Well, I mean, I'll read it. I'll be a little sadder,
The only one I really know is like Marry My Husband or The Remarried
right? I know
Empress.
Marry My Husband.
There's also like, frick, what's it called? Your Throne.
Hmm. We could no, we saved that for like episode 100, surely. Lone Spellcaster.
Oh, oh,
It's gotta come at some point. We gotta do it.
then we have to read it.
Yeah. Yup.
Oh, do you want to write infinite leveling? Murum?
Infinite leveling. I don't even think I've looked at this. Infinite leveling. Wait, what? Where is this?
It's on
Webtoons?
Webtoons.
Oh boy. Infinite le. Look it up. Infinite. Oh. Oh. I did not like reading this one the first time. Oh. Yeah, we can. Got a lot of chapters. Oh, it'll be a fun time.
Yeah.
It's definitely a lot more webtoons than some of the other ones we've read.
Oh,
Yeah, we can read it. You down? This is the
yeah,
chosen one?
sure.
Alright, that's
Yeah.
fine. We'll phase through all the titles surely at some point. A long old title. I don't know what color I can put for this, so we'll just do blue because that's apparently the color of this man's hair. Okay, next week we will come back with Infinite Leveling Murim. Yeah, well, we'll see you there. So if you like this video at 53 minutes into it, you can go and smash your head on the like button again and subscribe and all that stuff. But actually, don't smash your head unless you've got a Ashen Blood skill that you randomly got from the tower. Alrighty, see you next time. See you.